Hello, everyone. It is time for another episode of Living Within the Sweet Spot. I'm going to start in just a minute. I want to give this a second to go live and then also to head on our cell phones so that we can share it once it goes live. So you'll see both of us looking down for 1 minute, and we're just going to make sure that we get this shared and then we'll start. And today we're doing an episode that is on business. So it's not a life coaching episode, it's a business episode. And I hope that you can put your name, where you're from. And then as soon as I see, okay, I see a thumbs up. And so I know somebody's on. And oh, there the numbers come. All right. So we are live. I'm going to count back and then we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'll introduce my friend here. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. This is Nikki Klegel with Fulfill Your Legacy, and I am so happy you are here with us on another episode of Living Within the Sweet Spot. I'm an author, a life and business coach, and speaker who elevates others into their sweet spot, where they get more out of life and work because they partner with God, know their divine purpose, and how to tap into the Trinity and all that offers. Here we can live, love, learn, and lead according to the call that God has on our lives. All right, we are doing an episode for business coaches, entrepreneurs out there. I'm really happy because today I am bringing on our guest, Danielle. So the episode title is Build It, I Built It, Now Where Are My Clients? So Danielle Jackson is so real, just like the rest of us, kind of spend all this time and energy building your products and your website and all this. And then eventually it gets down to like, okay, I need to start getting my clients now. So how do I do this? She has a company called Show Up With Danielle, which I think is super cute. And I cannot wait to help her. So you guys stay with us. I know that just by watching, you will learn. And so Danielle, thank you for being on the show with us, and tell us a little bit about you and the work you do. As the people listen, they not only might check you out, but it's going to help them know how they can do the same thing in their own business. So tell us a bit about you.
Absolutely. So thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. So I became a certified life coach. This February, I did the accelerated program. I wrapped up in May, got my certificate in June. We were living overseas at the time. We were living in Japan. We were there for about 4.5 years and loved it. But we came back here, returned back to Florida, and we missed Japan, but we're happy to be back. But during the transition of our move, I was building the website, trying to figure out the web hosting and all the technical things. I was fortunate to be a part of a beta group with the website coach. So she kind of walked us through the process. And she advised us to start blogging. So I've been blogging, and I finished up with another beta client. So very excited. My passion is working with moms that have been staying at home, returning to the workforce, and maybe they're not quite sure what they want to do because their priorities have shifted since they've been home with their kids, or someone that's in a career but things have changed. They're not really sure what they want. So really helping people kind of tap into their hidden gifts and talents, connecting to their purpose, so they can go out there and start doing something that really matches with their life. So I got everything built, but now I have to figure out the next step of attracting clients. So that's
yeah, I love that. I can hear the clarity. I'm getting out a pen because I want to take notes. Those people who are listening, we heard a couple kind of underlying concepts. We'll see when we get to her website, but I heard her say moms. I heard her say kind of helping people kind of find their purpose and get back. Before I head over there, anything I'm missing?
I
don't know. Two main things.
I thought about being a life coach about 20 years ago, but
okay.
It really took being locked down in a military base overseas for me to kind of look a little bit more inward. And I actually do really feel called to do this. And when the idea came to me, I was listening to a podcast and I was walking. I just felt like I was tingling on it over. Like nothing really felt so certain. And this just really resonated for me. And I got the last spot in the class
Yes.
at LPI for the
Yeah.
time that worked for us in Japan. So I'm like, okay, this is the path.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Okay. So when I push back, those of you listening in replay, and by the way, if you guys are listening, I've seen the numbers kind of bouncing up and down. Put your name and a thumbs up here just so that the numbers, the analytics, and the Facebook world will recognize more people on, and then more people will see it. And that's always good. So those are the overarching messages that we heard. She didn't add more on. She didn't say, oh, I also want to work with these people, or she kind of stuck to her guns. So that's really cool. Let's go ahead now and let's head to her website. She's in the most beautiful place. A lot of you might be this way, where you're just starting out. So, she's had a little bit of help, but at the same time, she's brand new, and it's a great time to kind of like take a look and set things up the way we know is really going to convert. So I'm going to share screen and we're going to head to her website. So here we go. All right. So tell me if you can see my screen right now, which is pretty much your screen. Is that right?
Yeah, I can see it.
And then can you see us as well, or just your screen? Or just
I can see us.
Okay, I can. So I'll try to look pretty and not make any weird faces, right? So all I see is the screen, but that's good. So you guys, this is one of the things that we really want to be mindful of. Right here is what we call the fold. This is where we get our clients from, right? And yesterday she was almost going to change this, and I was like, don't change anything. We just got one more day left. But honestly, those of you who are here, you got to really make this fast and easy and a good sell, where you would almost give them something. Because actually, when you say schedule a call, we think we're giving them something, but we're really asking them to do something, right? We're asking them to come and check us out. And so what we really want to do to get those email addresses is give. Now, when I do hit this button, we're going to test it. Okay, I am setting up an appointment, and we know that it's going to get an email address to send her a reminder. So at least Danielle is getting an email address, right? So that's okay. But honestly, we want to give her something. And many people can combine the ask for the call with a give. So you might want to consider that. Now, this is considered real estate, right? And so, yes, I've been busy on Canva. Let's get this and make this look real. Okay, so this is what you would see, and this is what we would consider the fold, and this is like gold here. And see this wasted space, and see all this wasted space, and then look at your menu bar, how fat that is. That is because of this right here. So sometimes we feel like we want this logo to be real big so people can actually read it, right? But this is one of the dangers. If we can keep ourselves, I'm going to go to mine. See how little my logo is? Thus, my menu bar is real little. And I don't know if you ever wondered, or other people wonder, why is my menu bar? Is it my template of my website? But it's trying to fit this great big logo in here. Make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. So if we can shrink this way down, or maybe people do logos lots of times with the image and then they do just the words, and maybe you do just the words. This is very catchy. I love this, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. And if your colors are this sort of mulberry and black, I would maybe consider, because you're just using the words, maybe these words be in the mulberry and the Danielle in the black, but whatever. Okay. So then if we had that real narrow, all this would scoot way up here, and you can imagine all this property we have. Now, the other thing is, this is asking someone, feeling stuck, not sure what's next. And you've got this woman who's sort of peering out, kind of thinking, maybe I'm not sure what's next. But we're trying to get this person to know, like, and trust us at this point, so they'll step in more than I get where you're at. And this picture and what you're doing here is sort of, I get where you're at. I've been here. So I would not do that. I would, like this, say, listen, do you want to transform your business or life? And you've got me, and it's building this know, like, and trust. Later, I can do the imagery that's going to kind of capture them. And you'll see down in on my sales pages, by the way, is where I'll do some of that. Because right now, it's almost like we're trying to sell some of this stuck product, right? Okay. So now I love this. Look, you guys. She says, I help busy moms like you find more time for yourself, figure out your career direction, and live with more fulfillment. So, and without guilt. So she nailed it. When I tried not to look at this and just listen to her when I asked her the question when we got on the call. And that is exactly what she told me. So she has clarity. She's been with another coach. She has clarity about what she's doing, but it's lost in here. They say most people won't read sentences like this, maybe later on, but right now, this is what they're going to do. So we want to kind of like get this sort of up here. And a nice way of doing it is you've got this show up with Danielle, real small up here, but you might want to move this up higher and say feeling stuck, not sure what's next. And then you can maybe have a different script that says something like, something about finding fulfillment as a mom, wipe out the mom guilt and find fulfillment, or take the mom fulfillment quiz or something like that. That's going to be like a little bit of a give. If they do it, you'll give them something. And if you ask them to take a quiz, you can always have it combined with, and then they get this on top of the quiz. But quizzes are, by the way, are the #1 lead magnet. So
Really?
people like to do
Wow.
them. They're just fast and easy and kind of fun.
Mhm.
So then when we move on to here, it says, feel like everyone else has it all together, stressing about any of these areas: time, career, life balance. Okay, so I say busy mom, life balance, that's kind of working. Career, life purpose, that's kind of working. And then time, but we say busy, so that's kind of working, right? But now we've sort of switched words on them. And so keep this almost I am statement, who I am and what I do, matching with these. And it really helps with clarity. So are you, there's nothing about moms here, and I know that's your jam. So if we can say moms, feeling like everyone else has it together, stressing about any of these areas, and then you could say, maybe even you do like a colon with your word. So maybe it's time, and then you put a colon and it says the busy mom life. And then career, it's a, colon, I've lost my purpose. And then life balance, which also to me kind of goes in with time. But, you just say, I've lost myself, And so tying that back in with the mom right here, because right now in this section, I'm almost thinking, okay, now I'm on to time management, career counseling, and then some life balance. And that's kind of what you're at, but you're really about the moms. So tracking with me?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. And then another thing is people love and gravitate towards images, and careful with the ones that look away. So in this, if we had time, busy mom, like I'm a busy mom or whatever, you might want to put an image here of a mom that literally looks like she's kind of running all over. Like maybe she's got a baby on one hip and the house is kind of messy and she's grabbing like something off the ground. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then they're like, oh, that's so me. And then career and life purpose, you can maybe find an image where like there's a woman who's got like a nice outfit on, like she's at work or something, but then there's like baby spit up on her or something. You know what I mean? And same with life balance. Maybe you can find a mom that is in sweats and just looking kind of out of shape, and she's staring at the scale or something, right? Because she's not doing self-care or something like that, right? And life balance, I don't know, for a mom, self-care is kind of a good word. That's kind of something that a lot of moms fail to do, and it's kind of the same thing, but working on that whole mom deal in this section. Because honestly, once we get past this sentence here, I'm not seeing anything mom here, right? It's all, yep. And that's your jam. And you were really clear about it. Now, maybe down here, not even really here, do I recognize mom? So get those images switched out a little bit. Okay. So then I like this. Not too late. Start today. But what's happened now is you're almost using your home page as a sales page. See this? It's not too late. Start today is an invitation to work with you. So a home page is really where you're inviting them to understand what it all is that you have in your house. Later, they can go off with buttons and figure out what's really happening on those places. So like to have a very brief down version of this and then a button that takes them off to an about page where they can go look more at the Danielle, the about page. And by the way, it doesn't seem real, but about pages are one of the most trafficked pages. So it's good to get your about page up. And then imagine this. This might be a great place to talk about your coaching and have a button that leads to your coaching pages. But then we've got these, and I love this. It's like now we don't really, like because of the titles, we know you're talking about coaching. But I would love to see in here, you're having a subtitle that's telling people what you're talking about. Instead of imagine this, imagine what? Like tell them a little bit in these titles what's going on.
Yeah.
So see this thing right here, this text. This is great text right here. And it's a good size, it's chunky, and it's different than everything else. So I would like you to call this your heading 1 text, right? So then it makes me wonder, okay, when you move into new categories, like, okay, who is it that I work with? What is it I do? I work with moms in their busy lives. I help them find purpose. I help them have self-care and balance. Like, what is it I do? So I'd like to see this font and even the multicolor. What is it that I do? Or what is Show Up Danielle about? You know, something like that. And then this section could maybe be, I don't know, because this kind of belongs on a sales page. We'll skip that maybe. But here it might be more about Danielle on that same text so that we know we're moving into a new category. And then here we could have that same text and maybe let them know that now we're what are we talking about right here? Like stepping in further to your coaching. And then how do you coach with me? Like either this way, or this way. So now that you've kind of looked over this, I'm going to show you kind of on mine. So life coach, I'm tricky because I, like you do 3 different things. Well, I mostly do 2 different things. So I have life and business coaching. So my call to action is right here, and they can do an assessment, either a life transformation or business transformation assessment. Mm-hmm. Then I say, okay, this is my about me section. But then for the viewer, you can see, okay, now I want them to understand a little bit about this fulfill your legacy process I use. And these are my books and the coaching that I do. So it's real brief, 1 paragraph, 2 sentences. I'm going to let them hit this button to go learn more. And then I explain the books. Now I have the same divider, same font. And now I'm saying, hey, do you want to know more about my coaching? So then I explain that I've got coaching based off these books. And then I've got the learn more button. So this would take you over to my life coaching sales page. This would take you to my home coaching sales page if you wanted to know more. But look, same divider and now business coaching. And then I do business coaching in 2 different ways. My own business coaching, and this one I do on a publishing company. Okay. And then same thing, divider. And now I'm talking about my community. So, and all I'm doing is highlighting things. And so what we want you to do on your home page is give them just a sprinkle of the work that you do with categories so that they can then go deeper with them. So you would, in essence, have a sales page for the busy mom, a sales page for career coaching or life purpose coaching, and a sales page on health and wellness and balance and, self-care and that sort of thing. Otherwise, if you don't want to do it that way, you could also have 1 program. Like a lot of people want to keep it simple. 1 program. And then in that 1 program, you do everything that's real holistic. And if that's the case, don't have a button under each one. Just have 1 button right here. And it says, learn more about my holistic 3-part program. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. I'm leaning more towards a program.
1 program versus 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's cool. I love that. I love that. So then we talked about this a little and she knows, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to work on that." But so when we go here work with me, one program, right? It says investing in you and it's a whole bunch of stuff to read, right? I'm not real sure if I'm going to sit there and read it. I might look at these bullets real quick and I see the word frustrated and I see school and returning to, I see some of these words. And if I'm a mom burnout, I might go in deeper. But finally, I have a picture of her. And isn't she sweet? Like,
Thanks.
you're pretty and you're polite looking. And like, I'm glad, but that should have been on the homepage. This picture, we could do something where you put an opaque gradient where it's all white over here. And then the gradient just comes right here and you can't even tell. It almost looks like you strategically made it white over here or one of your other colors, maybe green or whatever your color is. And then you can write over here or have your lead magnet on this side. That would be a great header. Okay. But then we go straight into here's what you'll get. And so we break this down, what's included. So this is a good start to a sales page. Okay. So, earlier we had seen that there was this online or group, I think, or one-on-one. And so right now I'm thinking I only see the private.
Yeah.
Yep.
On the homepage, it was the process, like
Okay.
schedule a complimentary call, and then we have the coaching, and then you experience the results. So,
Yes.
I need to make that more clear.
Oh, I get what you're trying to say. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay. I'm not, yeah, I wouldn't even put these here. Yep.
Mhm.
I would just put, your program here and then a learn more button. And when they get to their program, then you can be explaining all this. Yep. Yep. And so then, and that happens on your sales page. But yeah, very cool. Okay. And then love this. Love this. And people who are new to websites, if you don't have testimonials of pictures of people that want to use their pictures, you can ask them if they want their initials or to use pseudo initials and a pseudo image to just keep their identity private. But how you handled this is really nice. I like that.
Yeah, I actually have some more to add too. And I have some pictures. I just have to add them.
Awesome. When you get more than like this 3, then it's good to put them on like a scroll thing that will pass them, because 3 is plenty, but it's awesome when you have more. So other than these, I mean, we won't go much deeper into those, but I'm curious. Now I'm gonna stop sharing. All right. Very good. So I'm curious. There's hi, Jonalee. Nice seeing you. So I'm curious when you kind of hear some of this stuff, if you're thinking, okay, I get that. I want to do some of this. What are some of the things you feel like you might want more questions on, or maybe you have other ideas?
I think it's super useful because I spent a lot. I'm not a website designer, but I did the process with the website coach, and you're so close to it. You don't really know how other people are viewing it. So it's really nice to have fresh eyes and have someone really give honest feedback of, there are a lot of things I could do to improve it. So I don't want to lose people. And I think what you said, like above the fold, people may come on and then they might hop off. I don't know. So
Right. There are a couple more things, because your real question was like, how do I get the people now? And I know you're going to kind of clean things up and all that sort of stuff. I can just tell by your personality, but there are some other things. So I'm going to share screen again. I'm hoping that this goes with me. So hang tight.
Yeah, that would be my other question, is just how to really attract more clients.
Right. So we got to get the website really solid so that when we, are getting the clients, that they are able to buy and they know, like you even have a course and a program, or if you don't, you work with somebody to help you get one. And so where your coaching was more laid out, like risks and benefits, like, do you struggle with this? This would be the benefit of my program. And then kind of like more of a price list is what I saw, like 30-minute sessions, 15 of them, or, it was more like describing what's in it. So, well, it might be easiest if I just kind of show you. So I'm going to go to, trying to think of one that I just did. Let's do this one. All right. So what and I also, while that's loading, I'm going to go to Facebook. So what we want to see is capitalizing on your other accounts. So same goes for Instagram, but let's say that you are on your business Facebook page. Then it's really good to capitalize on this space here. I'm looking as myself, so we can't really see it as a visitor. It says sign up here, and there's a little more showing. But you can see that on this image here, I don't use this space right here. And then this arrow is kind of covering all this space. And the reason why is because on a cell phone, it stops right here next to this T and right here next to my shoulder. And so people don't even realize that if you all entrepreneurs went and looked at your cell phone of your Facebook page, you might see that half your face is cut off or product or whatever. And that's just a sure giveaway of like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's okay. I didn't. It was that way for me for a long time. But Canva has templates that will allow you to grab it this way. But what I want is this overall messaging of those 3 things that you desire to do, that it's one package. So, you would be saying things like helping the busy mom find purpose, health, and peace, or I don't know, you know what I mean? You come up with yours. And then
I'm fine tuning it still.
Yeah, I know. And I do that, like with people. I help them do a strategic plan where they lay out all their products, their course curriculum, every single session, how much we're going to cost, what your brands are, your colors, your catchphrase. But that's the kind of thing we want to see here. And you can kind of, when you go look at my website, you'll see gold undertones, these 3 colors, because those are my programs. So we'll kind of want you to kind of brand maybe those 3 different things that you do different ways. And you could potentially have a lead magnet for each one, so that you're drawing clients that really don't struggle with the busy mom. They function quite well, but they do feel like they're getting the life sucked out of them. And so maybe they don't feel like they're getting fulfilled as a mom, and they did better in the career world. So how do we balance that? Well, they volunteer as a PTA or whatever, you know what I mean? So you bring each mom in through a different product, and it's all to the same end product. But if you have a lead magnet that's really focused on like the career one, the life purpose one, and the mom, it just can't wait to be a mom, she's never going to use your products for the other things. You know what I mean? And so we want to have like 3 different avenues. And then you test this. Like you'd maybe make 3 different pages like this. And one would be what?
3 different Facebook pages?
No, 3 different cards that you would put on top, these images. And maybe like every 3 months you'd switch it out, and you will quickly see which one's converting. And so basically you might give them like a little master class, or a assessment with a one-on-one to explain the results or whatever. And then they sign up here and they go straight to the assessment link that grabs their email address. And then this first email after the assessment is giving them an email saying, okay, now let's go over your results. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And are you talking about like doing a quiz, like as an assessment?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you could do one on like life balance, like, kind of like, are they burnout? Yeah, like the mom burnout ratio or something, kind of get some funky names for things. But yes, you'll try different things on these images here, and you'll quickly see who your people are and get email addresses. And that's the easiest way to kind of get some leads coming in. And same with Instagram, on your link on Instagram. So that's one thing. And then the last thing, because our time is already running out, it's crazy how fast it all goes.
Yes.
But the one thing that I do want you to think about is those lead magnets. So, we have a lot of people that will, So we used to be able to give away 10 steps, and that was enough, a PDF. But now you pretty much have to have them with a video of you explaining them, or if you're going to do like the assessment, it would have to be sent with another sort of thing to grab them, because we're just doing so much more. Every entrepreneur learns more. And so then pretty soon what used to be, good is now status quo. And so the competition is out there to have some really good lead magnets. But the biggest thing that I see is sometimes people have great lead magnets, but they don't make sense. The wording and the colors and kind of what the main pain point or benefit aren't making sense with the end product. They make sense with your company name. They might even make sense with your middle level offer. But when it comes down to really asking them to join the whole program, then now the messaging and the verbiage isn't the same. And that's how we lose them, because they're like, I didn't really sign up for this. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't have a Facebook. I have a personal page, but not a business page yet. I wasn't sure about that. So maybe it's something I should look into.
So Facebook is going through some changes right now, as you know. I don't even know the stability of it, but it is where a lot of our people are. And so for now, that's what I do. And the benefit of using a Facebook page some time ago was always like, if you wanted to place an ad, you had to have a page. You can't place an ad from your own personal profile. So that's why most people had a business page. Nowadays, few and fewer people are placing ads. And so you can run off of your personal one, and that's absolutely fine. But you would want to capitalize on that header image. Right now, you have a really pretty one. I like it. But it just looks like a downtown, another country image. Probably, is it?
It's Japan. Yeah. Our favorite
Yeah.
streets in Japan.
Yeah. So, so if you only have one Facebook page and that's the one you're going to use, then I would switch that out. And then keep in mind, you won't have the call to action button because it's your personal profile. Okay. So you'll have to say, put a link in the image so that they could then type it in, which is a little more work. So if you're wanting to convert off Facebook naturally, then yeah, you want to use that page and you want to have that button that you can hit sign up, learn more. There's probably 8 different options that you can do with those buttons.
Okay.
Cool. All righty. Well, man, I wish we could keep going. I don't even know how a half hour went by already.
That was so quick. I appreciate all the information and the tips. Thank you so much.
Yes. And stick close with me. Those of you listening, and stay around. I want you to be able to plug your site. Those of you who are listening in replay, remember that on the business coaching, I have launched Your Legacy, which is my 3-month mastermind where I help entrepreneurs like Danielle every single week, screen sharing, building all their course curriculum, building their branding, their packages and all that. I also have a Fire Ring, which is a elite upper level business. So you're kind of up and running coaching program out of my publishing company that I work with. And that starts in November. So it'll be running for a full year. And then last, on my community, you can always follow me there. And I do life and business coaching inside of my community. So Danielle, why don't you share with us a little bit about you and your company and how to get to your website and what they can sign up for?
Yeah. So right now my website is showupwithdanielle.com. I do post some blogs there, and I have a newsletter you can sign up that I just started, and I try to make it a little bit interesting too. I'm revamping my program right now. In fact, I'm looking for probably 2 people for a pilot program. So it'll be significantly reduced. If anyone's interested, they can shoot me a message.
And that would be for moms.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, moms or women. I'd be happy to work with anyone. It's just through all my marketing training, I've been advised to really niche down, because if you're not talking to someone directly, you're talking to everyone, which is no one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm
a mom to 3 kids, and I've worked in the corporate world and nonprofit. I've been stay at home. I've worked part-time. I've taught conversational English classes. So that's just who I kind of identify the most right now, is with moms and all the different stages that come with with being a mom and the
Yeah,
challenges
that's
and
really
the
cool.
wonderful parts of it too.
Yeah. Well, if I were your coach right now, I'd be saying, tell me a little bit about that course that you're going to be making, or the coaching curriculum that you would have for moms. What would it look like?
Yeah, so right now, I wish I had it up, but I'm kind of fleshing it out right now. I basically, it's different modules, 7
Mhm.
different modules,
Okay.
private one-on-one coaching. Really, the initial modules are really exploring into what your natural gifts and talents are, your interests, because I know that can change like throughout our life and through our experience. And then actually like bringing you to a point where you have a 30-day action plan. So, and then I coach you towards the end of the program, actually implementing, testing out that plan and working through any blocks so that you really have momentum to go forward and really design the next, right now I'm calling it your next chapter. That may change. That's why I'd be offering, 2 spots at a reduced rate since it's a pilot program. But I've already taken one beta client through it. So this is the new and improved, making it better and adding more value to it. It went really well with the beta client, but I just wanted to add more to it.
Yeah.
And I'm also on Instagram, Show Up With Danielle. And I try to add some value there as well too. Basically information and tips that I would want to know as a mom. I really try to put myself in the other person's shoes to really see what would add value, what would be interesting. So
Yeah. Oh, I love that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I don't know if you've laid out your 7 different modules, like the titles of them yet.
yeah, I have draft titles right now.
Do you? Because it would be a really good thing, maybe, because the show up is lost in your messaging. It's really cool. It's your logo. And I don't really see it anywhere else on your page. It's probably in the paragraph somewhere.
Mhm.
But for your 7 steps, because you're using just one program to meet all these needs, kind of life purpose and health and wellness, or kind of life balance and all that. It SHOWUP is 6 letters, and it kind of makes me wonder if you put like an exclamation at the end, and then that is that 30-day challenge, that 30-day whatever you call that. So in essence, when you have your 7 different modules, the first 6 of them, you try to make number 1 be start with an S word, number 2 start with an H. I'm sure it would work. So, do you have your curriculum by you?
I do. If you give me one
Yeah.
second,
Let's
actually
see if we can just hash this out. I'll give you a little extra freebie. You're so sweet.
oh no, I appreciate it.
Mhm.
I should have had it up.
Well, when you said that 30-day thing, I love programs that give someone something. Mine do the same thing. And that exclamation with the 30 days, I just love that. So that would work really cool if it does.
So the first one actually works with what you were saying.
Yep.
So the way I have it laid out is first, we'd have a strategy call so I can see
Oh,
where
so that's an
someone
S. Okay.
see where they are, where they want to go, and
Yep.
then do the proposal. And I have them do like fill out a questionnaire. So basically, we can hit the ground running with week 1.
Yep.
And week 1 is another S1. It's self exploration steps for success.
So the step 2 is what?
Week 2 is begin to craft a vision for the future.
Okay, vision for the future. And if we're looking for an H word, vision for the future. So
Maybe how to show up for the future. I don't know.
yeah,
How to craft a vision for the future.
yeah, I do like the word how on there. How to find vision, craft vision. Yeah, all good. Yep, let's leave that there for now. Okay, keep going.
The third is merging the past with present and future.
Merging the past for present and future. So optimize your past, present, and future.
Maybe, or even like optimize or one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to think.
Oh yeah, do 1 too. I like that a lot too. So
Um,
1 and optimize. Okay, next one.
Week 4 is putting it all together to craft a 30-day action plan.
Okay, so
Um,
so I'm thinking work or weld them together or
weld it all together.
uh-huh. I like that. Weld it all together. Okay.
30 action plan.
Yeah.
5 is implementations, blocks, and startup toolbox.
Implementation blocks and startup toolbox. Okay, so I'm wondering if it's utilize the tools that you have kind of thing.
Yeah, and actually add to them too, especially
Yep.
for moms that have been out of the workforce for a while. I really want to give them like interview and networking basics, or if someone has been in the career force, maybe even just practicing it or freshening it up. So
Love that.
mhm.
Yeah. And ultimate might be a good word too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Week 6, I don't have a pithy name for, but it's implementation blocks and toolbox review.
Implementation and toolbox review. So implementation. So I'm wondering if it's performance or practice. It's almost because they still have, it's almost like they're preparing, I think is what it is, because then the next week is the actual 30 days, the challenge, right?
Yeah, then the week 7, I have expansion and abundance session where we review everything, go over any final blocks. Also just what, because it's tailored to the person. So it's also just what presented during our coaching, like what they may need some initial coaching on.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that. Yep. So that would be really cool because then you could make a really neat,
Yeah, that would be.
yep. Yeah. Yeah. My mind just jumps with ideas for
I
the
like
rest of your packages and everything. So, all
that.
right. Well, that was cool. I mean, we went a little extra and over, but I think people will appreciate that because they could probably be doing the same thing for themselves. So,
Yeah, well, I definitely appreciate it too. It definitely gives me some tangible things to work on. So I really appreciate
yeah.
it.
Nice being with you. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Okay.
Yeah, thank
All
you.
right, everyone. Thank you for another episode of Living Within the Sweet Spot. We will see you next week on the Life Coaching Show on Living Within the Sweet Spot.